Hey guys, it's Nicole again. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. What is this mess I have here on my desk? Well, let me just tell you. I am going to take a stab at making some vintage tickets and hopefully grunge them up a little bit to incorporate them into a couple of my junk journals. So I have here, let me just show you my trash. Although all of it looks like trash. But here is some flyers that came in the mail. You know, just stuff people are trying to entice you to to buy. Or to visit their establishment. So I'm just going to use some of this stuff to make some vintage tickets that I can use in my junk journals. Let me just measure this really quickly. It'll make things a little bit easier down the road. So the two cards that I have here, and I probably won't get to all of it or using all of it on this project, but let's just see what I have. Almost 11 by a little over 6 or 6. Yeah, just about 11 by 6 on this one. And this one's a little bit wider, so it's like 6.5 by 12. I think I'm going to start with this one that's 6.5 by 12 and work on this one afterwards. So I'm just going to tuck this one away for now. In this pile is just a bunch of different pieces of ephemera that I have, you know, vintage slips and just scraps that I've collected in my creations, and I just ran them through with my little tearing ruler right over here, if I can pick it up. So yeah, I just ripped the sides off with my tearing ruler really simply. I'm going to collage this onto here, onto this card stock. This is pretty thick cardstock. Okay, so yeah, they went through a lot to get me to come to their restaurant. So this is some really quality stuff here, so I'm going to use it. Alright, so to start my collage, it's just a matter of, hang on, let me take my shoes off and get comfortable. My goodness. Okay, so to start the collage, I'm just going to tear up some stuff. These are some bigger sheets. I'll tear that up in just a moment. These are my torn sheets already. So I'm going to start with these. And I'm just going to Scotch Create glue stick. My glue of choice. Let me grab my little silicone mat here. And let's glue. Okay. Whoa. Craft the ledge. Alright, so just going to tear random pieces, and any white borders that I may have, I'll just tear those off. Or I can just put them near the top of the card and cut them off later. That'll make my life a little bit easier. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as usual. I always hope the best for you guys, because you're spending time with me, and that's always fun. So I'm always glad when you guys are around. I get to make things, you get to hang out. So, fun times for everybody. And I may just fast forward through some of this. I mean, you guys know how to collage. So, yeah. Okay, so here we have our little collaged card. Okay, so I'm going to grab my large guillotine. Right here, and I'm going to chop off all the excess paper all the way around. So, yeah, that should be about it. Just one more side here. My guillotine has a little bit of glue on it from the other side of the paper. I'm going to wipe it off very carefully without injuring myself. Alright. So anyway, let me back you guys up. I didn't realize you were so close. Yikes. Alright, so now we have this right here, like so. So again, let me measure this one more time and then I can tell you how we're going to cut it up. This measures in inches 6.5 by 12. Okay, so I'm thinking 2 of them will be 2 inches and then one would be 2.5 inches. Let's just do it that way instead of, let's see if it's any better in centimeters. 16. No. Okay, so yep, bring this big boy back in and let me close my glue. 2 of them will be 2 inches. I'm going to cut them into strips. Okay. And 2. And I think I'm going to cut this one down as well to 2 inches. Let's just do it. What do you say? Okay, so now we have 3 strips. Oh, these are very solid. 3 strips of tickets. And if you want, you can save this as a scrap. Alright, so let's do that. And I'm going to save all of my scraps over here to one side and move my trash over to the other. And now I'm going to measure it across the halfway, across the horizontal side. So I said it was 12, so we can probably get 4 tickets out of this. Let's see. I'll put it right on the, let's measure here at 3, 6, 9, and 12. Okay. And then I'll do both sides just so we have them on both sides. 3, 6, and 9. Okay. And I'll do the others exactly the same. Okay, now we have that. Okay, so now the next step that we want to do is take our ruler and make some dotted lines across from one side of the ticket to the other, just to make it look as if it's been perforated or it's terrible. Not terrible. That it's terrible. That it's rippable. I don't know, but don't make it look terrible. I'm just gonna put a couple of dots across here, just to make it look as if that it's a perforated line. So, all right, so it'll look like that. If you can see that little dotted line I put there. Yeah, let's not make any of our projects look terrible. Maybe it's just my accent, but I did not mean that it should look bad. I just mean that you should be able to rip it. I don't have a little tool that does perforations, and that's perfectly fine, because maybe you don't have one either, and we should be able to craft together without it being too difficult. So yeah, I'm just putting a couple of dotted lines. This is just a regular gel pen from the Dollar Tree. It's a it's an ink pen basically. Yep, so there's that. Okay, each one of those, 1, 2, 3, and 4, have little dotted lines going across it. I'm going to do the same thing for the others really quickly, and it might help if I line this up on my mat. Okay. It would probably also help if my mat was straight. So, okay. I do this a lot, like when I'm doing like stitchings, or you know, if I make faux stitch marks on some of my projects. So it really doesn't take that long to do, and it makes a project just, you know, amp it up just a little bit, gives a character. Okay, so now I have those 4, and I'm gonna do these as well. Using an ink pen kind of helps, because like a rolling ink pen, this is I think it's like a 0.7 millimeter pen, and it has like a roller ball in there, so it works out really well, and it's fast. Okay, and the last one. Okay. Okay. Alright, and next I am simply going to take my hole punch. This is a standard hole punch. Dollar Tree sells them. Yeah, I mean, some people break off this bottom piece right here so you can see through it. I think I can work with that. I have a couple of these anyway, so I'm just going to remove this section. Oh no, now I have confetti all over my desk. Great. Anyway, let's see if I can take this off. Yeah, easy. So easy. So I'm just going to cut my corners here, and I'll show you what it looks like when I do. Alright, I'll do the other side to give you a full view. And now we have that right there. Can you see that? Okay, so it looks like a little ticket stub on either side. And I'm going to do that to all 4 corners. Oops. Here, let me zoom you in just a little bit so you can see what I mean. So, whoa, that's close. Hang on. Yeah, that zoom did not work out for either one of us, huh? Okay, so I'll just do it down here. So, yeah, I'm just placing the little tip to the card into the hole and snipping it off. I'm not doing a full, circle punch. I'm just doing a little, just the corners of each side. Alright. Okay. And then at each section of the perforation, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go in with my circle punch and just punch a little half a circle right there on either side. Okay, that's starting to look like a ticket already. Okay, and do the same thing over here and here. Okay, and then over here and over here. Wow, look at that. We now have a roll of tickets. Okay. And without the little cover on there, you do tend to have a lot more mess. I think I have a couple that flew down my shirt, so just be aware. That little cover does help you, but it just doesn't help you see any better what you're doing. So, alright, I'm going to do the same for the others the same way. Alright, so now we have that. I'm going to ink this in, let's do it in walnut stain. It's one of my favorites. And it's here. So I'm just going to ink around this in walnut stain just to grunge it up a little bit more. I may have to play some music behind this video as I'm doing some of this work, only because I have a teenage son and he is playing video games in the other room. And no matter what game he's playing, it could be a game of basketball or a fighting game, and he is screaming at the top of his lungs at his friends on this game all day long. So, to avoid being fined by the FCC and YouTube police, I am just going to drown him out with a music montage, perhaps. Okay. And anything that didn't stick down during the collaging phase, now is a good time to do that. I'm just going to use some tacky glue And I can see this little section right here needs some. Okay. And put that away with my little tissue over here. Okay. Alright, that looks not too shabby. Okay. And my little white tear marks, I'm going to put a little bit of ink across there as well. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we're just about wrapping this up. The only thing left to do with these particularly is to decorate them. So I am going to decorate them with, I have washi stamps, I have some numbered washi, and by stamps I mean like postage stamps, but they're washi tape. I also have some mushroom postage stamps. I got a couple of poly stamps here to stamp. I also have some mushroom poly stamps. So let's just play around and see what we get, okay? I am going to use, let's try Versified for the first time. I've never used VersaFine ink before. Pretty curious as to how well it goes. So, I mean, you guys tell me, like, do you guys have teenage children or adult children at home that are home for the summer from school, or just, you know, in general, making too much noise? Are any of you ready for your kids to go back to school yet? So, just curious. Yeah, I also have a butterfly stamp, so I'm just gonna pop some of these on all over. That came out really nice. Thank you, Versified. I mean, first attempt and it's perfect. I'm just gonna put this leaf over here. Yeah, it doesn't take much to transfer. Whoa, that's, do you see this? Yeah, I'm loving that. That's brilliant. I mean, it works on the first attempt, so sheesh. I'm happy about that. Yeah, and it doesn't take a whole lot of like, I need this to transfer 45 seconds later, and it's barely there. Whoa, I mean, all of the ink came off of the stamp and is now on my paper. Why haven't I been using this all along? Incredible. Anyway, moving on. With that, I'm just going to, I might have to cut this one. These are just some of my old washi postage stamps that I use them, but it's just that I have so many of them. It's hard to keep up with all of them. And yeah, so I just need to use them more often in some of my projects. And I would say this little ticket is done. All right, I'm gonna do more like that. I have some much larger numbers that here, let me close my ink for a moment while I'm sticking these on. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with VersaFine. I don't know why. Why did I start off with Stays On? Probably because it's what I had on hand. But I like it. Yep. That looks good. Good. It's good. I love mushrooms. Not to eat them, but I just love the way they look on projects. It looks very vintagey and, whoops. Turn my 45 on the 45. And I'll probably put a stamp up there to match the other one. Yeah, I love the look of mushrooms. So I've had these for quite some time. What I like to do with them is just run them over my ink, my glue stick, because sometimes, well, washi is not meant to be stuck permanently. That's the purpose of a washi. So if you just run your glue stick under them, they won't peel up like this one. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Plus, I've had mine for so long that they're probably barely holding on to any of their stickiness. Okay. And what do I have here? Oh, more mushrooms. Go figure. Let's see. And I will probably stamp some mushrooms on here as well. Which way does this go? Oops. Alright, and let's see. I'm going to stamp this mushroom right here. Wow, can you see that? I mean, it just went right where it needed to go without a problem. I didn't have to hold on to it. I'm just so fascinated. I'm easily amused by the simplest things. So, there. I mean, too easy. And I'll put a number right in between here. Okay. And let's go in with some butterflies. Wow. I mean, this is working out really nice. Wow. Okay. So yeah, versified is the way to go from now on. I'm not even going to think about any other ink. Just FYI, I mean, I have zero complaints. Like, that right there made my life so much easier without even really thinking about it. So yeah, I'm gonna try a different mushroom stamp. I like these little guys. These are so cute. Okay. Yeah, that's super cute. And it cleans up really well. So yeah, for all of those of you who've been using VersaFine all these years, no one told me. Anyway, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to stick a couple more of these stamps on here. Let's see, that's a double. And I'll put a number right up here. Whoa. Okay, I got too many things in my hand. Let me just run this over my glue stick and place that right up, well, right up in here. Yeah, I mean, this is just the fun part, guys. We're just decorating a couple of stamps to look like tickets, or, you know, just some easy peasy decorating. No stress, no fuss, no muss. I've got 7, an 8, and a 9. Let's see what we got. Which one needs a number? This one needs a number. And some of these need numbers. And my 7 is going to go over here on this butterfly. There. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for now. Let's see, do I need another? I need one more mushroom. Hello, Dolce. Hello, Dolce. How are you, buddy? You woke up from your nap? Have you awakened from your days-long nap? I'm telling you, all this dog does is sleep and eat. And he goes outside every couple of hours. And then he comes back in. And maybe it's time for a nap or it's time for a meal. But he has his own little routine going. He's basically got it down to a science. And we are very grateful that you are here, Dolce. 13 years. So he has a birthday coming up in July. July the 5th. He'll be 13. So I have a very, very old dog here. And I'm very happy that he's still around, hanging out with me in my craft room. Alright, so yeah, here are our tickets. Nicely decorated. And these can go in any junk journal. You can cut them up if you like, or you can cut them to the size of your journal and then use them as a belly band. Here, I'll just show you really quickly. Here is my test journal. So my journal right now is probably 9 by 6. Is it 9? Let's just see. Almost 9 by 6. And yeah, you can just cut it, make it a belly band. You can put all kinds of stuff tucked behind there. Anyway, this is just a quick little tutorial, and I hope you guys crafted along with me on this Try It Thursday. I never get that right. I need to change the name of this video. Try It Thursday, okay? I hope you guys tried it. So I hope you crafted along with me and had a little bit of fun, a little bit of inspiration. I want you guys to stay crafty, guys. Have a crafty day. Stay naturally curious, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!